Make sure that your smock is done up, that your sleeves are rolled down, that your hair is tied up, that there's no jewellery dangling, and that all tassels on clothing, long hair, etc. are safely tucked away. Always assume that anything in the region of the brazing bench could be hot, and use insulated gloves or tongs to pick anything up. Ensure that the ventilation unit is switched on and that the extractor is over the bench. Wear the safety glasses or goggles correct for brazing. These are the green type with the filtered lenses. These will protect your eyes from damage by UV and infrared and will also ensure best visibility for the brazing process. Sit yourself comfortably at the brazing bench. Locate the pin in the required position within the plane and ensure that the flux and brazing rod are close to hand. Holding the torch in your right hand, light the torch flame by pulling it backwards through the pilot light. The pressures will be preset, allowing it to light with the required flame size. Hold the brazing rod in your left hand using a similar grip to one you would use on a pencil. Be careful not to heat the rod for too long or it will melt. Heat up the first 20 mm for a couple of seconds before dipping it into the pot of brazing flux. The flux will adhere to the heated portion of the rod. Heat the area around the pin until it becomes blue. This will only take a second or so. Then offer the brazing rod into the chamfered hole around the pin. Rest the rod in position and apply enough force to hold it there. Bring the torch close to the rod so the tip of the blue cone is a few millimeters away from and pointing directly at the end of the rod. The rod should start to melt and feed into the joint. As it does so, feed the rod further into the joint by pushing down. At the same time, work the rod across the pin and chamfered cavity from the near right-hand side of the hole to the far left-hand side of the hole. As the rod is being fed across and into the joint, follow it with the flame and continue to push the rod down into the cavity. The braze should completely encompass the joint and be slightly domed. Once the process is complete and the joint is sealed with braze, remove both the rod and the flame from the face of the plane. This needs to be done quickly without pausing, as it's easy to overheat the whole plane and potentially melt it. Replace the torch in the cradle to turn off the gas supply. Using the pliers or grips supplied, carefully turn the component over and repeat the whole process whilst taking the same safety measures. Timing is critical to avoid under or overheating. Here's the process again shown in real time. Once you're satisfied with both joints, you can pick up the plane body using the grips and immerse it in the bucket of cold water located on the floor in the brazing area. Don't dwell in any one place with the torch pointing at the plane body for more than a couple of seconds. You can easily raise the temperature of the steel to melting point and permanently damage the plane. Before leaving the brazing area, ensure the flame on the torch is totally extinguished.